Good evening. 30 million of you had the right to vote today. From Barnsley to Bangor, from Lanark to London. Politicians are now bracing themselves for your verdict at a time of political turmoil. The results and what the ballots around England reveal could be make or break for Keir Starmer. Labour is expecting a kicking, but could the results lead his party to try and kick him out? Kemi Badenoch's Conservatives are prepared for a rough night and maybe a tricky day tomorrow too. But it's nearly 2 years since the general election. When will they start proving themselves at the ballot box? And the man hoping to clean up at both the big parties' expense is Reform UK's Nigel Farage. We'll see if their success in the polls translate into more real power. But the Greens' new leader, Zach Polanski, has blasted onto the scene too, eager now to turn the party's new energy into winning more seats. And Scotland and Wales in critical contests are choosing who'll run health and housing and who'll take charge in the nation's parliaments. The current leaders have cast their ballots, waiting now for the judgment of the public. In this election marathon, the Scottish and Welsh results will come tomorrow afternoon. But in the English council elections, counting is well underway. More than 5,000 local councillors nervously awaiting their fate, with the first results expected anytime soon. These elections determine who's in charge in your area, who runs the services millions rely on. But as we hurtle towards Labour's 2-year anniversary in power, they're a massive test of public opinion, the only way to know what voters really think. And Rita Chakrabarti is at the giant screen for us. She'll be all over the numbers and delving into all the details.
Yes, I'm here at the screen, setting out what's at stake for each of the parties and also analysing the results as they come in.
And as ever, Professor Sir John Curtice will have the sharpest take on how your votes sketch out the landscape. So welcome. With a revolving cast of politicians at the desk, we start 21 hours of election results coverage live here on the BBC. Welcome to Elections 2026, a trio of critical contests in Scotland, Wales and around England. And to kick us off, we're joined by the Deputy Prime Minister, David Lammy, Richard Holden, the Shadow Transport Secretary for the Conservatives, and Rachel Millward for the Greens. Welcome to all of them. We'll be joined through the night too by Reform and the Liberal Democrats too. The first results will start coming in soon, and we're going to see it unfold live. Let's show you what's happening right now. This is Newcastle-under-Lyme in Staffordshire. Of course, Reform hoping to do well there. Hull counting is getting underway. You can see the pictures there. Still quite a lot of standing around, and that's unusual tonight. It's a battle between the Liberal Democrats and the Labour Party, although Reform hoping to take some seats there too, perhaps. Then let's go to London. Wandsworth, a totemic council in inner London, held currently by Labour, but where the Conservatives hope perhaps to snatch it back. And then we'll take you to Tameside in the northwest, Angela Rayner's backyard, held currently by Labour, but another part of the country where Reform will be hoping to put pressure on the two big traditional tribes. So we'll spend much of tonight right around the country talking to our people on the ground and politicians around the country. But before we speak to our politicians who are here in the studio with us, let's have this
banquet of results going on throughout Friday and then into Saturday, but a real sense in these 40-odd councils that we're going to get results for between now and breakfast time of what is likely to be at least an obvious one-size-fits-all solution that they can necessarily apply to try and address their lack of popularity.
OK, well, I think we can say it's probably the end of part 1, but parts 2 and 3 and goodness knows what else are still to come as the day begins and the night comes to an end. There is something of a pause in the flow of results, so we are going to hand over to our colleagues at BBC Breakfast. They'll bring you more information and more explanation of what has been happening. Let's look at the results so far in the English councils. There you can see a smiling Nigel Farage with 307 seats so far. The Lib Dems on 231, up 35. But it's Labour down by 228 seats so far. The Conservatives also losing by 114 seats gone. The Greens up by 22, but more gains for them may well come in the later part of tomorrow as we get results from other parts of London. And Independents down at the moment by 17 seats. And in terms of what is going on in Downing Street, let's show you the picture there. What dilemmas do they have to discuss this morning, and how much harder might it feel by the end of the day when we have got the results from Scotland and Wales in? You can bet, though, they are looking at every single thing in microscopic detail. The big headlines so far, as we have been bringing you a very good night for Reform, a very difficult night for Labour, difficult too for the Tories, but perhaps more of a mixed picture. The Greens will be hoping to pick up more. Now, in terms of what's happening in the next couple of days, Breakfast will be on next. Sophie Rayworth will join you at 9:30 when the counting begins in earnest, and I'll be back at you with 2 o'clock here on BBC One when it's showtime in Scotland and Wales. Everything you need to follow is on the BBC website. I'll look forward to seeing you later in the day.